it was Tony who was in his ear?
No. I mean, everyone was in my ear. Everyone, except for the players. The players didn't want to make, or they wanted to go into the next one. It was everyone. And when I say I asked the people around me, I literally mean the people around me. There's no need for you to imagine who. It's clear who. It's the Scumps, the Zins, the Maniacs, the Hitches, anybody who's in the office, the EMAD Craigs, the Rileys. I asked everybody. That's the people around me. That's who I mean. And I just wanted to hear their opinion on it. It's not that. Any decision that if Shotzzy would have been like, nah, fuck that, we're sticking with this team, then we would have gone to a coin flip. Or I would have 1v1'd him. And then we would have made that decision together. But there's never going to be a situation in which I come in and just fucking overpower a player and ruin my relationship with a player just because I think that's something, when nobody really fucking knows. Nobody knows who's going to pan out. Nobody knows who's going to become a superstar until they put to the test. Nobody fucking knows. Big Belly Rude Boy, you don't have to even explain yourself, man. Your org decisions, everyone knows that your best interests are there. They should. Yeah, thank you for saying that. But I know that I don't have to. But, you know, we are here live. So topical conversation. This is where we're going. Yes, of course. So then, yeah, I'm not explaining myself per se in a matter of like I don't owe anybody anything. Even though I do owe the green walls some answers when the answers are there, right? Like this is, we're in this together, but again, it's not. It's oftentimes not as crazy or as intricate or as dramatic as some people make it seem. It's just sometimes it's just a simple conversation that happens. Have people been making Shotzzy seem as like bad? Because I personally, at what point? What would give somebody the spark in their brain that would make them say that Shotzzy has been bad? Fucking Shotzzy. Hook is better than Shotzzy. Cool. They're both on my team, so I don't give a shit. Yes, HecZ, it's mad annoying. They said that he's playing bad. Guys, he got taken. I'm not making excuses for him, although any day of the week I will. In this case scenario, though, you have to take into account, and I don't understand why people don't take this into account. And I feel like a dumbass if I'm answering, if these people are typing this shit in order to get the sort of reaction that they are about to get from Tommy, from me, from the community, blah, blah, blah. The whole system changed when we made the first change. The whole system changed when we made the first change. They had to set and reset and reset and reset every single time. Reacclimate to the positioning, to the play style, to the speed of the gameplay. What do you expect? He changed his gameplay. He had to. And sometimes he would do the same. It just, things change because it's a different chemistry. Told who to shut up?
Shotzzy and Dashy fell off a cliff around Major 2. They both since improved, but the team still wasn't great.
You know, this is why I don't go to this fucking site. This is why I don't go to this fucking site. Literally. It's and I only have a problem with the people who go above and beyond to be insulting. And one of the main reasons why I stopped going there, because when they were talking shit to Maniac and to Ambos and all the other, they weren't creating content, and I was like, they don't understand sometimes. And I get it, man. I get it. And I can only imagine what they look like.
He
yeah.
Can feel it. He can feel it.
I agree with him on the fact that I had just got done saying it. The system was different. The chemistry was different. Everything had to be relearned, and it had to be relearned 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. It just has to be relearned every single time. We haven't gone to we haven't gone to a, dude, if we change coaches, which we're not. I'm just throwing it out. Karma is the fucking goat, okay? He's a fucking lifer. Blood in, blood out. If you change anything, the system's going to be different. Look at how good Kenny's doing now. You know what I'm saying? When Pred went away, and then when Who came in, it was a different system. And then when we brought back Pred, the system was so different but the system was different, and therefore Kenny, you know, lost a second or two in something. Who fucking knows what happened, obviously. But something had to have happened for a player as storied, a player as dominant as Kenny, to do something. It had nothing to do with anything besides the system and the aura that was going on around there. So don't get too wild or don't get too conspiracy theory-isty on that shit. Sometimes it's justice. Sometimes, and I know that in this day and age, the drama sounds better than what could be. but sometimes the answer is just something boring and simple. And because it doesn't get clicks or it doesn't get views, people dislike it. So they theorize on other shit so that they can so that they can put a title in their thumbnail or a title on their video that says "click on me." And then they said, well, you know, for example, every narrative that has happened, even my man fucking Enable was a culprit of this, saying that there was drama between the players. There's no, they said there has to be some drama or someone doesn't like someone. From my perspective, being a fucking person in the room, that was never, and I notice I know when somebody doesn't like somebody, I notice these things. So that was bullshit. That's not true. That was not true. But the simple fact that they're just playing like shit, period, was so boring that people had to say, yeah, you know, they're saying that it's just that they're playing like shit. But what really could be, and the rumors out there, is that some people in that camp aren't getting along with it. So now the title is Drama in the OpTic Camp. Players don't fucking like each other. That to me is a little bit offsides. You know what I'm saying? When you lead the witness a little bit too far into it. And in this case, for like I saw something, Mercules, and I didn't hit up Sam about this, but that the Mercules thing would have happened earlier, but that's not, I obviously, listen, Octane, ex-OpTic member, current 100 Thieves member, I have nothing but good things to say. I even drew him. He was the first person that I ever drew a graffiti piece for, because he said he liked my graffiti. So I'm like, all right, let me draw him a piece. But like that wasn't true either, right? Like we weren't like that changed, or the thought of picking him up happened Monday, happened early Tuesday. By Tuesday, I was already talking to Shotzzy, but after already making the decision internally to say we have to make this change, and I have to make it for them to do that. I couldn't find it, but that wasn't true. And he says his sources came through. I would love to hear who his fucking sources are, because if those sources came from my fucking camp, they would be out of a job instantly. Faster than if somebody at work misspelled OpTic.
It was good. It was a good move for OpTic. It didn't happen sooner because there's some fucking behind the scenes shit that you guys just probably won't know about, but it would have happened sooner if that shit didn't happen.
I would like to, I'm gonna text him and see what he meant.
That is all you need to know.
I won't ask some federal questions like, yo, who fucking told you, Sam? I won't. That's not for me to say. But I did see this last night after I had done my stream, where I told you guys how it happened. But I would like to know, like, who lied to my man, so that he can not listen to these fucking people who are saying this thing. Hex, please turn off the video you're watching.
Listen, bro, move is good. It was a good move for OpTic. It didn't happen sooner because there's some fucking behind the scenes shit that you guys just probably won't know about, but it would have happened sooner.
It couldn't have happened sooner than Tuesday last week, because Tuesday last week is when I made the decision that that's what's happening. Zinni did say that he got on the phone with someone. There was no issue from the Toronto side. Yeah, again, there's so much misinformation out there, and because it sounds good and plausible, like these sources of Sam's not a guy to lie. Sam's not a guy to fucking just talk shit just to get clicks. He's just too calm of a dude to be that sort of creator. So I don't think that he himself was lying. I just think that he was misinformed by the people who literally were fucking capping. The only leak that happened, I know how that leak happened, and I texted him and I said, I know that it was you. Some other people said Friendship League in the TL. There's nothing wrong with the Friendship League. OpTic is a friendship org. And because OpTic is a friendship org, I'm never going to be anti-friendship. Because if you're not on this journey with the people that you started with for the rest of the journey, then that speaks something about you. Now, if these people are fucking up and they're not holding their own weight, carrying their own bucket of water, then sure, obviously, then at that point you're going to have to fucking let him go. Benjay? Who? It was not who. No way. Oh, I'll text you. I'll text you right now. I'll text you right fucking now. Because nobody knew this besides me, because I was the only one making these decisions. Zinni. So, yeah, at the end of the day, who cares? Like the fact that it didn't get leaked last week, because listen to him. It went from It went from Tuesday when I made the decision and barely started to. All right, so content ends on Tuesday last week. Okay, content ends on Tuesday last week. My brother-in-law Leo, who helps with the whatnot, he goes to pick me up in the minivan. While I was waiting for him outside, he went to pick me up. He went upstairs and he was fucking lollygagging, talking to everybody fucking out there, just yapping as he usually fucking does. I'm outside in my scooter next to my minivan waiting to get in while this guy's fucking yapping upstairs, Leo. I see Hook coming this way towards me, and I look at him and I'm like, yo, come here. I'm like, dope shoes. So he's wearing the Neon 95s that I got. No, Zinni does not leak anymore, but I have my suspicions. I'm kidding. So Hook comes. If anything, the truth is that I asked Hook first if we were making a team change. This is at 2:00, right after we left content. I see him. I talk to him like, yo, obviously they had just beaten Surge, and I'm like, yo, how we feeling this weekend, and blah blah blah. Because my head was already turning, and I was already like thinking, I'm like, all right. So Hook was the first person that I asked whether or not we were making a team change, and then I said, how do we feel about Caesar? How do we feel about that? And then we had a quick conversation. And he said, I feel as though we shouldn't make a team change, and I think that we should go into the next major with a team. You guys, talking to me, he said, you guys haven't gone to a major with the same fourth for the last fucking whatever majors. And I said, all right, cool. I'm like, all right, man, I'll see you later. I'm glad that you're wearing the shoes that I got you. Neon 95s, big bubble, comfortable, more comfortable than the originals. Blah blah blah. After that night is when I gave Shotzzy the text, and the text came in at around fucking 8 p.m. as you guys fucking know, and I showed you guys all that shit. So he couldn't have heard that we were gonna do this change earlier, because I hadn't even made up my mind until Tuesday when I talked to after I talked to Hook about the situation, and even after that I was still under the all right, they're gonna stick. But after careful deliberation and after fucking listening to my instincts, that's what happened. So again, no beef with my man Sam ever. He's an OpTic alum. He didn't win for us, but his teammate also didn't do their job. But anyway, 2.2 million impressions got a chance to see this kid's face. Nah, I can guarantee you, it was not is it Rafi or Raf? But it was not him. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I was going to be super judgy if it got leaked. If only the people that knew. Rafi, like Rafael, right? It has to be Benjay. Benjay couldn't have known.